Hi again. So we're back to our regular planner programming. I've got a new traveler's notebook that I wanted to show off how I've got it set up. Now this is a Gillio Giramondo. It was my Mother's Day gift from my husband and it is amazing. It's my very first Gillio. When I was doing ring binders I never got one. And it has turned my planning world upside down as far as my setups go. So we'll go ahead and plunge right in. I'll show you how I've got it set up. This is the Epocha Purple. I hope I'm saying that right. But it's a purple pebbled leather. It's got the Tim Holtz charm on the front. It is a beautiful soft leather, very squishy. It's kind of hard to describe. It reminds me of like a pebbled Malden in some ways. Everyone says that a Gillio is just so much better, so far superior leather. And maybe, I'm not a leather connoisseur by any sense, but it wasn't quite as phenomenal as I'd been led to believe. I still love it, and it's still wonderful, but I don't know that the extra hefty price tag is completely justified. So it does have a great setup. It is unfortunately a felt lined, which means that it picks up stuff all over the place, so excuse that. I do wish that it was the leather and the interior as well, but oh well. But it does have a great setup as far as using it for a wallet. So I know I just posted a video showing how I was using my Chic Sparrow Maverick Pocket as a wallet, but once I got this thing, that changed. So I've got my most used cards, credit cards, library card, gym card. Money goes perfectly right in there. I've got my driver's license, pictures of my boys. This is just a Midori credit card. It holds 12, so I've got all my other cards and such in there, and then we get back into my inserts. So I've got that on. I kind of need to explain this. So when I first got it, the elastics were really loose. So all of my inserts kept kind of flopping around, and as floppy as this leather is, it just wasn't staying tight, and it was driving me nuts. So I decided to go ahead and restring it, and I had so much excess elastic that I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to cut it off just in case, but it was having these huge long tags. I mean, it reached like all the way over here, the ends of them did. So I thought about it for a second, and I had watched the Ray Blake Restringing Your Gillio video, and he'd mentioned that the holes, these holes up here, he thought would be wide enough if you wanted to make a third pass, but obviously there's not usually enough elastic. And there wasn't just with when I restrung it. There wasn't enough to do a third pass, but it also came with the same elastic as a bookmark. So what I did, I tied a little, let's see if I can get where you can see it. I tied a little square knot right up there. Zoom in some. I tied a little square knot and I attached the ends of one of my elastic to the elastic bookmark and strung it through for a third pass. So I actually have, it comes standard with 2 elastics, and I have 3 in mine. So I have this piggyback to this elastic and to this insert, and that's on my first string. So sorry for that kind of lengthy explanation of it, but that'll explain how I have things set up how I do. So this is just my monthly insert. It's the Ray Blake standard monthly inserts for the Traveler's Notebook, but my printer was wonky when I printed it, so my colors are different than what you would get. So I'll show you that in the inside in a second. But this is just on the front. I keep a couple of Post-its for notes for myself, and then this is where I keep my running grocery list. So the monthly diary from my life all in one place. I like to do a little bit of decorating. I do a lot of color coding, but here is just a monthly spread. You can see the month turned out green, and then this turned out like a bluish, and then there's this little decorative blue line all across there because one of my cartridges was running out of ink. But I liked it, and I didn't see the point because it's 2 years. I didn't see the point in reprinting it and wasting all that paper again. So that's how I have my monthly. I use this for all of my future planning. So things that are going to come, I only have in my monthly insert. I don't have in my weekly. I also have just a pin loop that I made. I got some headbands on clearance at Walmart and cut them up. And so it's nice thick elastic, which works really well. I had a thinner elastic one that I'd made, but my Lamy All-Star just tore it up. So this is the Purple All-Star, which goes really well with the Gillio Purple. So that's my first insert. My second insert is my weekly. Now I use the Bohemian, from Boho Cottage. I think she does like Bohemian Paper Mama or something like that is the store. I will link it below. I always forget that name. But they are gorgeous inserts. Let me show you a blank one. They are so pretty, and I love that it's got the horizontal layout as well as the section for notes, but it also has the tracker. So there are a lot of things I keep track of, mostly involving my kids. I'll go past week right quick. I keep track of packing snack, did my oldest do his chore of feeding the goats, gratitude, my April journaling prompts, and did I practice my penmanship. Obviously this week I was not very good at it, but yeah, I do a little bit of decorating in here, not quite as much as on the monthlies, but it's where I have all of my daily to-dos, as far as errands I need to run, things I need to do around the house, as well as any appointments or play dates or any time-sensitive things that I need to do. So that is that, and I use this little ollie clip to keep me to the current one. I also have clipped on there this picture of my son, which came off when I took the clip off. So there's that. I do not, one of the things that I love, I was using the Erin Condren, and I had a nice space to do my meal planning. I don't really have that space in here. So what I do instead, this is a list pad from the Target Dollar Spot. And so they come out with these that have the days of the week regularly. And it seems like almost every rendition they have of the Target Dollar Spot stationery has one of these. So this was from, I think, around Valentine's Day maybe. I just liked it. And I do my meal planning here. And so that way I can just, I do miss being able to look back and see other things that I've fixed just for inspiration. But as I'm using a list of favorite recipes more and more in one of my other binders, I haven't needed it as much. So I have this just clipped onto the 6-pocket folder that I made using the Pocket Full of Vintage tutorial. I just have some flags that I use especially to highlight things that I need to put in my son's backpack. I have just random stuff that I've gotten that I thought was pretty in here. And then the other side has getting into my journaling. So I have some more just note pages for random things, and then stuff that I might stick into the journal. Either stickers that I've made or little embellishments that I've gotten, quote cards occasionally. I'm not going to go through my journal because it is private, obviously, but it is just a lined insert, Midori insert that I decorated a little bit. I've got a pocket in here with some things in it. And then just this paper clip keeps me to where I am currently. So there is that. And then the back just has, I have a little sticky where I have some journaling ideas. I have some pages from a to-do sheet. This was from my brother and sister-in-law eloped, and they had an engagement party that we couldn't go to, or they had a post-wedding party, post-elopement party. Couldn't go to because they're in a different state. But I thought that the invitation was so pretty, I cut it up to use. And then I've also got a Erin Condren pin loop right here, and I just have a Target Dollar Spot pin stuck in there. And I've done the hack with this, where you take the Target Dollar Spot ink out, because it doesn't always write very well, and instead put in an Inkjoy, whole ink cartridge and everything, and that works really well. I did that with a lot of them when Staples had the 8-packs on sale for $1. So I stocked up on those and have been slowly converting all of my Target Dollar Spot pins. In the back, I just have a couple more stickers, random stickers, just things that I might want to use in my journaling or in my planning. And then I have this I just covered with scrapbook paper, using kind of the book cover method, the way you used to cover textbooks. And this is just a blank insert, blank Midori insert that I use if I'm somewhere that I need to take notes. So it's just a notebook for random stuff. In the back secretarial pocket, I have coupons, craft store coupons, Target coupons, toy store coupons, and rain checks. So that's all of my couponing stuff. Since I do use it as a wallet as well. I'm saying an awful lot in this video. I'm sorry about that. I'm usually much better when doing public speaking about not saying But there we have it. It goes everywhere with me. I'm enjoying having my wallet and all my planning in one, just because taking two, I've downsized to a much smaller bag recently. The one that I made. If you watched my accessories video, the KonMari accessories video, you would have seen it. I'm thinking about doing a packing video and also showing some how I made it in an upcoming video. So if you'd like to see that, let me know, and I will try and film that. but it does have much less space. And so since I still am going out with 2 kids most times, I do need to downsize some of what I'm taking for a planner. So I do like having my wallet and my planning all in one. One other thing that's unique about this that I don't think I really showed is that the elastic for the band that goes around, the hole is not in the back in the center, and it's not on the spine binding, it's off center. So I don't know if they were trying to avoid some of the things that were negative about having to write in the center, which usually is that it makes a hump in your writing, or some of the things for the spine, which is that it gets in the way of the normal spine elastics. So they kind of put it off center. So I don't know if that's best of both worlds, worst of both worlds. I don't know. I haven't really, the binding never really bothers me on any of them, so I can't say that the offset one makes me feel any certain way at all. So this is my current setup. I'm hoping it will stay this way for a while. I'm getting kind of tired of jumping around from thing to thing. So I'm hoping that this will continue to work for me. The way I have my planning set up, which is really the essence of a planner setup, that's definitely working for me. I know that is. And so far, having my wallet and planning in one is working. So fingers crossed it stays that way. I feel much better about this than I did about the Chic Zero Maverick. I think I kind of knew that just the way the card holder was so bulky, it just wasn't working for me. But this setup is working much, much better. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have some longevity in this one, because I'm getting tired of skipping around. I hope this was helpful for you. It is truly a beautiful notebook. Again, I'm not entirely sure that I would say it's worth the price tag. I know everyone says, oh, it's so worth it, but I really don't know that it is, honestly. But I do enjoy it. It was a gift, and so it is very special to me. And I love it a lot. I'm glad that I have it. I just don't know that I would personally spend the money on it from my own funds. So there we go. Stay tuned for more videos on this, that, and the other. This is becoming more of a hodgepodge channel. I hope that's all right with you. And let me know what sort of things you would like to see, what you haven't seen yet. Maybe a complete Traveler's Notebook planner collection or a complete planner collection. Another what's in my bag, anything like that. Just let me know, and I love to oblige you. So thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, like. See you later. Bye.